Hello everyone, this is Akash Chauhan, and in today's lecture, we will discuss input-output manipulators in C++. We will also discuss probably in the next video about the basic file operations in C++ and function tablets in C++. So without any further ado, let's start with what are input-output manipulators in C++. Okay. So let's focus on this fact that manipulators are helping functions, okay, that can modify the input output stream. Okay, they will not generate the output. Okay, they will only or they can only modify input output stream. So first I need to have the input output stream, then we can apply all these input output manipulators. And what these manipulators would do, they will change the output. Okay, these manipulators will work on your input output stream you would provide to these functions. Okay, and they will only modify your input output stream. So manipulators only modify the input output stream using input output manipulator. Okay, what are those input output manipulators? So, like, these are the standard manipulators, and these are different classes in which you find all these functions. So, let's say if we talk about iOS class, okay, in that class you will find decimal, hexadecimal, no skip WS means white space, okay, and skip white space. So there are many other functions, but these are quite popular in this class. So I will discuss all these functions through code. Uh, so this class declares the manipulators that set the formatting flag. It means this class is responsible for your output formation, how you want to, modify your output, how your output should look like. Okay, so if you pass some value, do you want to get that value in hexadecimal or decimal? Do you want to skip the white spaces, okay, or not? So this class will talk about that. So I'll discuss through an example. Okay, this would be the iOS class functions in which I will use all these functions. Okay, let's discuss. Let's say we have a integer n and we want to print its decimal value. So the way to do that is you use a cout, okay, and the way to print cout is you use insertion operator, right? So when you use insertion operator, so what you are trying to say, this n, okay, let's start with this would create a new line. Okay, this is 70, this will be passed to decimal. It means the decimal will be created of 70, and then that value will be passed to cout, and cout is the function of ostream class, and ostream will print the value over the console. And same for hexadecimal, the flow will be inserting into the cout or inserting into the display file. Okay, so the output of these two lines 15 and 16 would be according to 70 would be converted into decimal and then in the hexadecimal form. So this is about decimal and hexadecimal. Let's talk about no skip WS. Let's say this one, there are some spaces. Okay, let's say how many space we have used, one, two, and at third place we have one. Okay, so we are saying don't skip any space. Okay, so in standard namespace you can create this object to create a string. Okay, so for that you have to use ss stream class over here, ss stream header file over here. So by using that you can create a string stream. Okay, and over this string stream, okay, we are using which operator? Let's say in the previous one, this one, as you can see, this was insertion operator and this is extraction operator, because we generally use it with the c in, right, cin operator. So it is saying that whatever it is inside s, you pass that to this standard function. So skip uh, ws means it will skip the white spaces, and in that string, first, once you skip the what to say, whenever you skip, this function would do, this function would erase the white spaces and pass the value to a, b, and c, because a, b, and c are different characters. Okay, once it will remove the white spaces, then it will have only three characters, and those three characters will be mapped to a, b, and c. And later on, what we are doing, pass this c value to the to the console through cout object, and again b, and again a. So the value will be 1, 2, and 3, okay, in sequence, because we are printing in that. This is about skip white spaces. But when you don't want to skip the spaces, it means it will not skip these white spaces, and the function would consider these white spaces as a character. Okay, so here we have created a p string of space 1, 2, 3. Right, we have five characters in that. So it is saying skip no spaces. It means the first space will be mapped to A, second will be mapped to B, and then the C would be 1. Okay, if I print it, the value would be ABC, means it will print a space and then 1. Okay, so without any further ado, let me call this function through main method. So this will print decimal, hexadecimal. This will print the value of ABC would be 1, 2, 3, and this would be space 1. Okay, so it is already 1. So let me execute it. Okay, so the value of 70 hexadecimal is 70. Sorry, the decimal value of 70 is 70. The hexadecimal is 46. Okay, and 1, 2, 3, and again space 1, because there is we have used no skip white space. Okay, so this is about iOS class. We have another class which is iStream class, in which there are many functions, but this is quite popular. WS is basically used to discard leading white spaces from an input stream. So as we have created this input stream, okay, all these white spaces will be gone if I use ws. Okay, so the v2 functions we have created for discarding leading white spaces from an input. Okay, so here we are using 4 5 white spaces before. This is a test. Okay, and this is to create the string stream through ss stream header file. Okay, we have created another string which is line. We have not initialized this stream. So get line function, what it will do, it will take the input from the first parameter and map to the another one, or it will extract the data from first input, and it will copy that data or paste that data in line. Okay, then we are printing the line. Okay, so what it is doing, we are using s is the input stream, because all these functions, okay, all these functions works on stream. That's why we have to create string. Okay, you might be thinking why we are not creating string like we have used this other. If we use this, then we will not be able to use these functions, because these are all stream functions. They are defined in stream classes. This is also the base class, okay, of a stream class, right? Input stream, output stream. Okay, and another one we will discuss this class as well. So we are using, we are taking this s string stream, and we are this function is equivalent to your scene, right? So what scene would do, it will take this input and will convert or call this function, and this value will be passed in this function as argument. And white spaces means discard ws, sorry, ws means discard leading white spaces. Okay, so the output will only be test. This is a test. Okay, so instead of v1 I'll call v2. Let me close this first. Okay, and the output will be only this. Okay, this is there, this is a test. Okay, this is we have covered. Let's talk about o stream. So in that class we have three very popular functions. Let's say we have used end line, we use endes. This would append the null character in your stream. Okay, flush will, how to say, flush the stream from the buffer. Okay, so I have also created a separate function to use, in which I have used all these functions. So let me open that, minimize it. v3. Okay, end line, it is used to insert a new line characters. Okay, and flushes the stream. Let me discuss that what it will do. Before understanding all these terms, end line, endes, and flush, let me execute this with v3. Okay, so we will know what is happening over here. Okay, so it is saying first line comma, and the second line is started next to the first line. Okay, this output is printed over the screen. So let's talk about that. If you don't use any end line, new line, or this end s function, right, so it will continue with the second statement with the same statement. By using end line, you are ensuring whatever you are doing from the next line will be printed from the new line. Why? There is a functionality for that. End line is basically to add. So what is the definition of end line? Is it is used to insert a new line characters. Okay, it means after this it will add this character. Okay, like this, and flushes the stream. Flushes the stream means, to understand this term, let me show you a diagram. Okay, so this is the diagram in which we have written a program. Let's say it is xyz, it is a c++ program, and we are manipulating some values, but at this point of time they are stored in some kind of a temporary buffer. Okay, so whenever you use flush, so flush means it will flush the buffer. And how it will flush the buffer? It will make the necessary changes in the permanent storage if there are. Okay, if there is a need of making changes in the permanent storage, it will do that and it will empty your buffer for that. Okay, so the use of new line, end line, sorry, not new line, it is end line. End line means you are creating a new line character at the end of this statement, and also flushing your data from the temporary buffer into the permanent storage. So it will help to empty the temporary buffer, so the temporary values can be stored in the temporary buffer from now on. Okay, this is the use of your end line. This is not the only use. This is probably you will not be able to get it when you use the end line in your program. You only get this part of this. It is used to create a new line from the next statement. What is the use of endes? Endes is nothing, it just add a null character on OS. It means whenever, maybe in a stream it is not possible to see, but when you use file and you use endes, it means you are saying, okay, this is the end of the line. Okay, generally the use of index is you are appending a null character. Okay, or whenever there is a need to add a null character, or generally it is considered as the end line, end of the file. Okay, flush is just this part of handle. It flushes your buffer. It means whatever you have written over here temporarily, if there is a need, if there is a mapping over the permanent storage, then those permanent changes will take place if you call buffer. Okay, so if I execute it, it is only showing, let me show you, it is showing first line, this output is printed over the screen. Okay, it means this is printed, this is also printed. Okay, and you have used the flush. Okay, here you have used the flush as well. So whatever changes you would make, okay, over your permanent memory, those changes will take place. But in this, in case of a stream, there is no such need. Okay, and then this output is printed on a screen, this output is printed on a screen, printed two times. Okay, this one we have printed, and you please pay focus on that, no new line character is being added. So these two lines are coming together in the output. Okay, on the screen, this output is printed on the screen. Okay, and this flush you generally don't notice in program, because the use of this flush is to make permanent changes in the memory and empty the buffer for the same. Okay, so this is about your O stream, endline, endes, and flush function. There is another class which is IO manip. Okay, in that there are many other many functions, but the most popular one are set precision and set width. Okay, so what are the use of all these? Let me show you through a program. Let me minimize all these first. Okay, this is the V4. This is for that you have to use this, you have to include this header file, or as I have mentioned, you have to include iStream or OStream class separately, or the header file. Okay, of this, for both you can use iostream header file. Okay, this is the very base class, so you don't need to include, if you have included iostream, then you don't need to include it separately, because this is the base class. If you remember that hierarchical diagram for the same. Okay, so let's say we have taken a value as a double. This is, if you uh, if you pay focus on that, we have 3 as a complete value, and these are all your pointer value. Okay, or the values after the decimal point. Okay, if you set the precision, set precision comes under IO manip header file, and you are saying I only need 5 digits in my output. I'm not looking forward to print everything. Okay, so it will count from here till whatever value you have given. So without any further ado, let me execute this program for V4. So I'll see, we will see what are the changes it will make in output. So, okay, it is saying it is only taking 5 digits, 3.1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so as we have seen, this is not including this one, and but it is rounding up the last digit. Okay, if you are talking about 5, it means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It means it will round up the value, the last digit, okay, according to the next value. That's why it became 6 over here. Okay, so this is about the set precision. Set width, this is very interesting. Let's say you are going to print this 21 over the screen, but you have decided, okay, the width is 8 bytes, okay, or 8 character. Okay, so this will take one character, and this will take another one character. It means if you have decided the width 8 and the output width is only 2 character, what will happen with the 6 empty character space? Because it will create 8 boxes like that. So I'll show you how it would look like. Let's say uh, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so it will print 21 over here, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Only at 7 and 8, and all these boxes, sorry, all these boxes till from 1 to 6 will be empty only. So if I print it, okay, If I see the output, it means it is appending. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. This is what it is doing, right? 7 and 8. So set width, what it will do, it will set the width of your output in boxes and append the let's say empty spaces for non-used boxes. Okay, so this is about your IO manip class. So guys, this is for this lecture. In that lecture, we have only discussed about input output manipulators in C++. In the next lecture, we'll discuss about the basic file operations in C++. So thank you so much guys for today's lecture. If you have any doubt, you can comment down below. Okay, thank you so much guys for today's lecture.